What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another week of Hero or Zero here on the Heroes for Hire podcast. My name is Sean Meehan, and joining me, as always, is my partner in crime, Mr. Ciara Lawler.
That was a very long intro. I quite liked it.
I paced it out differently this time. I just thought...
It sounded like you were having brain problems halfway through.
Oh, that's not what I was going for. I was giving it room to breathe, to let the language sing.
The good thing about these podcasts, the silences sometimes work. Sometimes silences are better in a conversation for maybe comedic purposes.
Yes, they are.
You were going to do that. I knew you were going to do that. No, the joke's on you. I'm used to silence meeting my jokes.
But could you imagine, Connor, if this was like the olden days where we used to be able to talk to each other in the same room? And I had done that.
I remember them well. I don't think we cherished them. We didn't cherish them enough.
If anything, I cursed them, Connor. I cursed them.
If anything, I was like, oh, fucking hell, what do I have to do today? Hang out with this dickhead.
Have to talk about, one comic book character from all of comic book history? What's the tagline we use for this show? I forget it every week.
He never... introducing shows is hard, Sean. Tell me about it. No, every single week we discuss one comic book character. They could be bad, they could be good, and we just kind of give you a bit of a rundown of everything to do with that character. I normally do DC, Sean does Marvel, and it is his week. So Sean, please present it to the class.
This is my uncle, and he's a fireman. No.
And he's a murderer. Oh, tell him Uncle Tommy. Go on.
But Greg's uncle's a policeman.
Why did I bring him in?
The character I've chosen this week. So we, for our patrons, we reviewed 2003's Daredevil last week.
A classic.
And a classic indeed. And one thing that I mentioned in that report is that Elektra was hard done by in that film.
She's played by Jennifer Garner, who I think is very well cast in the movie, but she is written and is just weirdly terrible in the film.
Exactly. So what I've done is I've taken the solo film Elektra and I've thrown that out the window as well.
Because that's also worse.
That's somehow worse than fighting sandbags to Evanescence.
Wait, hang on. I will not have any Evanescence slander in my house.
No, sorry, I was slandering sandbags.
Okay, yeah, the existence of sand. And I hate glass. They're by proxy.
It's just solid sand. Wake up, sheeple.
Sheeple. That's what the government are telling us.
So, as you might have gathered, this week I'm doing a report on the comic character Elektra.
Because the only thing that I know Elektra from is from Daredevil 2003, in which she gets into a hand-to-hand fight with Bullseye and somehow loses.
Yep.
And the season 2 and 3 of Daredevil, the Netflix series, which I feel are the weaker seasons. Season 2 especially is the weaker season. That's just her and a bunch of ninjas for a lot of the season.
Exactly. Now, and you mentioned that fight with Bullseye. That's going to become very strange when you hear her powers. So
once again, she lost a fist fight with Bullseye, who is a man who is good at throwing things, but in close quarters I would find Elektra, who I'm assuming is trained by like 3 million assassins, should probably fuck him up.
Well, let me tell you about Elektra, Connor.
Okay.
So, also, there's a lot of Greek names in this that I'm going to mispronounce, so just bear with me.
Okay.
Elektra...
I always mispronounce English names, so we're perfectly fine.
Elektra Nachios was born on a Greek island near the Aegean Sea to Hugo Kostas Nachios and his wife, Christina Nachios.
Oh, Hugo Kostas Nachios. What a name.
That's a name that deserves... He's either going to be a hero or a villain, isn't he, with that name?
Or a character in Assassin's Creed.
You killed my father. So she grew up with her older brother Orestes Nachios.
Not as good.
Not as good as Hugo Kostas. So Elektra's mother was gunned down by enemies of her father while vacationing on a yacht. Now, after her mother's death, Elektra grew up close to her father, but she was plagued by visions and voices with no known source. She reacted to them through self-harming herself. Her father eventually sent her away to psychotherapy until she became more stable. As she grew up, her father required that she train in the martial arts, and this is an area where she really excelled. Okay, so
his plan is that this poor little girl is clearly mentally unstable, and his plan is to make her a big fighting machine.
Yeah, like fight it out of her kind of a thing.
If you punch the sandbag enough, the dreams will go away.
Wake me up. Wake me up inside.
He just kept whispering that to her.
That was the voice she heard.
Next up, My Immortal. We're getting to that next.
Oh, we need to do My Immortal someday. We need to do a Hero or Zero on My Immortal. By her late teens, Elektra was living in the United States with her father and attending Columbia University. There, she met and fell in love with fellow student Matt Murdock, who would later...
I know that name, Sean.
What, would he later become a costumed crime fighter known as Daredevil?
No, I'm thinking of a different guy.
Sorry. Oh, you're thinking of Peter Parker, clearly.
Yes, I was thinking of Peter B. Parker, yes.
No, Matt Murdock, for those that don't know, would later become a costume crime fighter named Daredevil. So
ironically, didn't see it coming.
Matt Murdock is also blind. That's relevant for that joke.
Ha
ha! Laugh at him,
jokes
children.
At him. Everyone point and laugh.
The couple found that they shared a thirst for danger and adventure. Because of her father's overprotectiveness, Elektra and Matt would meet in secret, which only fueled their passions. Unfortunately, Elektra was plagued by dark voices that drove her to violence.
Fuck it. This one is non-stop being plagued by things.
Look, she's... I'm trying to think of an emo song to reference, but I just can't.
She needs to listen to more The Black Parade.
Oh, very good.
Black Plagues.
21 Pilots. Huh?
Oh, for God's sake, move on.
Sorry.
Move on.
So she could only contain this drive for violence by acting out against criminals who she felt deserved punishment. So
far, this is very season 2 of Daredevil. I think they did the first bit very well.
Yeah, I think that's the last season of Daredevil I watched.
Okay.
And it's okay. It's pretty good. But
it loses its way near the end, but at the start, the introduction of Elektra, they kind of cover a lot of this stuff. So when you're saying them, I go, oh, they actually did that in the show, which I find is a compliment to the writers of the show, because I'm like, oh, they did that slightly well.
Yeah, they treated the source material with respect.
Yeah. Okay.
So one day on her way home, she saw a group of 5 gangsters who she overhears bragging about what they've done to innocent women. She lured them into a dark alley, and then they block the way out. She begins to undress, and 2 of them go to hold her, while she pulls out a knife to cut off what little clothes she has left. She then kicks the man in the privates and knees him in the jaw, snapping a vertebrae and killing him instantly. The others attack,
fucking hell.
But eventually she kills all of them.
Right, okay.
So this is her vigilanteism in that, like, it's not motivated by not even protection, but it's like, you're a bad person, you're gonna die. You know?
She's if Daredevil's one scale and Punisher's the other, she's probably more on the Punisher end.
Yeah, exactly. She is, as far as she's concerned, she's capable of dealing this out, and so that's what she's gonna do.
Okay, fair enough.
So after Elektra and Matt had been dating for a year, she and her father were taken hostage on the campus. So Matt, in disguise, defeated the captors with Elektra's help. But a police officer mistook Hugo Nachios for one of the terrorists and shot him dead. Unable to bear the pain of losing her father and fearing that she would be overwhelmed by her own aggressive urges, Elektra fled, which left Matt heartbroken.
So Matt is now just basically without her, and that's probably going to lead him on a life of crime as well. I don't think there's not any coming back from.
I think this Matt Murdock character, I think he's going to be the ultimate villain in the end.
Is he Daredevil as well? Like, are they simultaneously Elektra and Daredevil?
At right now?
Yeah, right now.
Well, Elektra's not Elektra yet, really.
Yeah, she's on the way. Is he out and about as well, I should say? Better way to phrase it.
He's not Daredevil yet.
Okay.
He does this in disguise, but he's not... I think it's not until after he graduates and kind of realises that the legal system isn't... it's not fair. Like, the good guys don't always win in the legal system. That's kind of when he becomes Daredevil.
Okay, that's fair enough. I was just wondering if they were at the same time, but if the timelines don't sync up. That's fair enough. So she has been sent away.
She leaves. She leaves of her own accord.
Sorry, she leaves, not sent away, yeah.
Yeah, she kind of drops everything. It's like, look, I am just going to get angrier, and I don't want to hurt innocent people.
Yeah, and I think that's good, because that shows that she's not so far gone. Like, she is not the Punisher in that regard. If she is that end of the scale, she also has a more she's able to look within herself and say, no, I'm going to go mental. Like, if I stay here, I will just start killing people.
Yeah, like, she's fully aware of her own line, and she knows, I'm getting closer and closer to that, so I need to remove myself. So after leaving, she hoped to join the Chaste. So the Chaste is a clan of warriors led by the blind martial arts master Stick, who had advised her in the past. You know Stick? Stick is great in the Daredevil series. He's perfectly done.
And he should kick the shit out of Iron Fist.
Everyone should kick the shit out of Iron Fist.
The whole of next season of Defenders, just kicking Iron Fist on the ground.
It's all he deserves. So Stick recognised the pain and hatred that still burned within her. To preserve the group's purity, he forced Elektra to leave the Chaste. Determined, however, to prove her worthiness, Elektra planned to infiltrate the Hand. The Hand is a ninja cult that had been at war with the Chaste for many years, and she hoped that she could join them and then defeat them from within.
Right, so that's
the only reason she joins the bad guys.
So yeah, I always assumed that she just joined them of her own free will, but it's over a larger plot to take them down from within.
Yeah, so the Chaste they want peace, and Elektra wants to want peace, but she's just so full of anger.
I don't think she'll ever have peace, just in her own, because she's always plagued by things.
It's like terrible things keep happening to her, and it's objectively not fair.
No, it's not.
However, the Hand proposed a test and tricked Elektra into killing Stick, her former sensei. Her already fragile psyche was shattered. The Hand exploited this vulnerable state of mind and trained her to become one of their greatest weapons.
That's a good storyline, like that they broke her by basically making her be consumed by guilt.
Yeah, like it's literally that last step that she needed to take, and then after that, she, as far as she can, for a long stretch of time, she was just like, oh, nothing matters. What's the point?
She thought she was double bluffing them, but they must have looked at her and said, she's only literally one push away from joining us. So let's just... And if we have her, she will be an incredible asset.
Exactly. However, they couldn't bring her over to their side completely. One day, Elektra broke free of the Hand's control. However, she was forever tainted by the group's sinister touch. After this, she then became an assassin for hire, selling her lethal services to the highest bidder. So this is kind of her like darkest moment, where she's just like, I'm just going to kill for money because that's all I know how to do.
And yes, you can that makes sense for a character progression.
Yeah, and like the thing about Elektra is like her from like the start, she's been plagued with like mental problems. Sounds like a harsh word, but she's suffered psychologically since she was a kid.
Yeah.
And so her story deals with the effect that has on someone, and it just so happens that she's also a master ninja.
Yeah, she has all of these skills, but also a lot of the baggage from when she was younger.
Yeah, that's it. So several years later, after becoming an assassin for hire, Elektra accepted a contract in New York City, which brought her face to face once again with Matt Murdock, since the first time since their breakup.
And they've also had, since that time, completely different character paths. Because he's Daredevil now and she's Elektra, assassin for hire.
Yeah, you have an assassin for hire versus like the kind of embodiment of justice in a lot of ways.
Which is, it's just very good. Like it's good that there are two sides of a coin and all that stuff. Like that's just really good character motivation and good for plots.
Exactly. So realising that her old flame was Daredevil and finding herself on the receiving end of his disapproval for her chosen profession, Elektra became Matt's enemy, and a formidable one at that. So they fought several times, and while they still cared for each other, Elektra convinced herself that the love between them was irrevocably gone.
And is he, throughout the whole thing, basically doing the classic, you can come back to the light, you can come back to the good guys?
It's not even that much of like a Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan kind of speech.
Okay.
It's more of just like, look, if you keep doing this, I'm going to stop you. It's just how it has to be. It's very matter of fact. Who would you say is a
better fighter, Daredevil or Elektra? Probably Elektra.
See, it depends. They're honestly quite a good match for each other. Daredevil like has no fear. Is his whole thing.
And he can sense shit.
Yeah, like depends on a whole bunch of factors. If you put them both in just a rooftop, I think Daredevil would have it.
Interesting. Because she would probably be more skilled, but he also has the addition of senses. So he's able to sense shit happening, and he has like a kind of superpowers, but not really.
Yeah, no, we haven't. I'm only about halfway through this report, Connor.
Okay, I apologise. Keep going.
Elektra gets fucking unreal at a certain point.
Okay.
So the relationship changed. The relationship between Elektra and Matt Murdock changed when Kingpin, who was the most powerful figure in organised crime, hired Elektra as his chief assassin. She was sent to kill Ben Urich, who is the reporter that Daredevil is friends with.
Yes.
And on this, she came into conflict with Matt Murdock. So Matt stopped her and thwarted the Kingpin's plans. In retaliation, Kingpin ordered her to kill Matt's best friend and law partner, Foggy Nelson.
No, not Foggy! Everyone's favourite. Daredevil.
Everyone loves Foggy, don't we, lads?
I love two things you notice about me. Mighty Ducks actors grown up and Foggy Nelson from Daredevil.
There's a perfect intersection there somewhere.
Yeah.
However, when Foggy recognised her...
Wait, you're Elektra!
I remember you!
Yeah, we're good friends! What the fuck are you doing here?
Well, you're right, Connor. Elektra realised she could not carry out the contract on her old friend and spared his life.
She's willing to kill Matt Murdock, but Foggy's just too lovely. She's like,
Foggy's just too nice. Foggy, I think, is just no threat. So it wouldn't be a fair fight at all.
Foggy's just like, hi, what's going on? In my head, Foggy always has he's always eating something. Just a cake. He's like, hello, don't chase me, I'm full of chocolate.
He's just like licking his thumb.
Oh, hi Elektra, what's
up? So after this, Bullseye, who you'll know as Colin Farrell, seeking to regain his position as the Kingpin's chief assassin, ambushed Elektra. After a brutal fight, Bullseye impaled Elektra on one of her own size. Mortally wounded... sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, that's the famous shot that you were telling me about, that her jumper is, like, being pointed out.
Yeah, the back of her shirt is pushed out by the side because they couldn't show a sword piercing a body in comics at the time. But it's much more visceral. It's
actually way better. It's way better to show it, like, to not show it.
Yeah, because it looks like, if you Google the panel, it looks like she's suspended from this sword as it's driven through her. So mortally wounded, Elektra crawled to Matt's apartment and died in her former lover's arms.
What?
Yeah, and look, she's dead forever. That's how comics work, okay? Things
so
have
you
consequence.
said that was only halfway through the report, but we're done. So I can say powers and abilities.
Connor. However, the Hand, having decided that resurrecting Elektra would give them an edge in their ongoing battle with the Chaste, exhumed her body and conducted a mystical ceremony. Daredevil, the Black Widow, and Stone, who is a member of the Chaste, interrupted the proceedings. In the midst of the battle with the Hand, Daredevil tried to complete the revival, using techniques that he once saw Stick employ. He believed he was unsuccessful, but Stone realised that Daredevil had cleansed Elektra's soul, purifying her spirit. He secretly took Elektra's body back to the Chaste's mountain retreat and completed the process. So this is this is one of those times in comics where a character is dead, but they want to do like a new version of that character. So now you have Elektra without any of the baggage, if you want to put it that way. That she's just pure. Her soul isn't tainted by evil anymore.
Interesting. It's just like a complete rewrite. Well, not a rewrite, but a restart.
Yes. Like a soft reboot kind of a thing.
Okay.
So alive again, and with her spirit purified, Elektra became a member of the Chaste, finally. She remained with them in isolation for years. So later, the ninja clan known as the Snake Root stole a man named John Garrett from S.H.I.E.L.D.
How many ninja clans are there?
There is more ninja clans than you would imagine.
I think more than 2 is too many. Really, they should be fighting each other, and other than that, leave it.
It's like you have the Hand, and then you also have the Foot. Now, the Foot Clan are the bad guys in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I was about to say that has nothing to do with this.
No, it has everything to do with it.
Well, yeah, it's a play off it, obviously.
The radioactive waste that blinded Matt Murdock created the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I remember reading that comic, yeah. It blinds him and then the barrel rolls out into the sewers and starts dripping.
It's ridiculous. So with John Garrett's mind and memories of Elektra as the source, the Snake Root were able to distill Elektra's dark essence and create their own warrior. And this is a tough name. It's Erinis.
Okay.
Erinis, I think.
So it's just Elektra 2.0.
Exactly, and now you have Elektra fight evil Elektra.
Oh, you know what? That's a good comic panel. I can see why they did it.
Exactly. Now, they did manage to defeat this evil Elektra, but in the process, our Elektra became tainted by evil once more.
Comics! Right, we're going to cleanse her, but then we're going to make an evil version of her, and then the evil version leaks on top of the cleansed one. And so ultimately, we end up with the same character, but 6 months down the line with a lot of issues solved. Someone give me a fucking high five. Thanks very much.
Because she was impure, the Chaste could not let Elektra return to their order, and she returned to being an assassin for hire.
For fuck's sake!
It is... Yeah, that it was very much a case of, I remember Elektra being like this, I'm just going to write her like that now.
Yeah, look, what you want to do is you want to blow it all up and then go back to square one after probably a year of comic sales.
Yeah, once the initial shock is over, then you just reset everything.
Makes sense.
And that's kind of where she stays. She'll always return to being an assassin for hire in the comics.
Because that's way more interesting with her and Matt.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's the Batman Catwoman kind of dynamic, where you're a criminal, but I do have feelings for you.
And it's just a good dynamic because everyone needs that yin and yang. Just all comic book characters, everyone's got that person, male or female, that they're just like, that's the person that if they're in a story together, it's just better. Like, it's just a more interesting story.
Yeah, exactly. It just makes it more. It's something we don't have in real life, so why not just amplify everything about it?
Yeah.
So onto her powers and abilities then, and there's a lot of these.
Okay.
So what you need to know is that when Elektra was resurrected by the Hand, she obtained a connection to the demon known as the Beast.
Oh,
okay?
fucking hell, right. Here we
So
go.
she had various enhanced abilities. So I want you to remember, while she's working as an assassin for hire, she has all of these.
Okay.
So Elektra has what's called Assassin's Instinct, which
Is that not a perk in Assassin's Creed? What
it
is
literally is. It's ridiculous. But she moves with heightened primal instincts. But the more evolved parts of her brain remain intact, which preserves her intelligence. So in other words, Connor, and this is how to describe it, she thinks like a woman and strikes like a cobra.
What? Okay.
She's completely sane, but she has animal instincts and animal reflexes.
Right, okay. So in any given moment, can she just keep that on at all times, though?
Yeah, like that's her. That's kind of her baseline when she's in fight mode, you know.
Right, okay. So she's just trying to go for the kill at all times.
Yeah, and her senses are strong as well. Not Daredevil strong, but they're very strong senses.
Okay.
She also has, and you're going to fucking love this, mind switch.
Of course she does. Mind switch. And so she's switching minds with people, is she?
Her strangest gift is her ability to throw her mind into those of others. For instance, she was once able to track down an enemy by temporarily borrowing people's minds and acting through them while she hunted for her prey.
But how is she losing any fights to anybody?
This is why she shouldn't have died to Bullseye in the movie.
Colin Farrell, you don't have a hope. You're going to get killed, man.
She has an ability called Discern Target. So this is, again, temporary mind control, enables her to sniff out the psyche or intent of her targets.
Sniff out the psyche or intent?
Yeah, once she's in someone's mind, she knows exactly what they're planning and what they're up to.
Right, okay. Fair enough.
She has an ability called Discern Location. So if she's in someone's mind, she knows exactly where they are.
Fucking hell. Okay.
But bear in mind, Connor, if she travelled into your mind and you got on a plane and went to Australia, and then she hopped into someone else's mind, she can transfer her mind from person to person until she ends up in her target, and then she knows exactly where they are.
Right, so she's basically the best assassin ever.
Pretty much, yeah. There's no way to get away from her.
Which then I'm raising the question of how can anyone defeat her in any sort of battle?
Oh, it doesn't make sense.
No,
it doesn't make sense. She can hypnotize people. She has telekinesis. She has precognition. She's almost immune to psychic attacks. She can't be found by Cerebro, Connor.
Oh, right. Jesus Christ. They really pumped her up with the powers.
They really did. She has an ability called Silence.
Jennifer Garner had none of these.
Jennifer Garner had sandbags.
She had a few sandbags and a killer soundtrack.
Oh, look, the soundtrack was pretty good, alright.
Yeah.
She has an ability called Silent Scream, which she learned from Shang-Chi.
I'm able to do that one as well.
You what?
I'm able to do that one as well.
Are you? Are you silent screaming right now?
Anytime, yeah, I'm outside or inside these days. Just
she can perform a high-pitched scream that can render a person permanently deaf, or by focusing on one target, she can kill them.
Okay, so I'm going to ask a question here that I'm sure a lot of people have asked, but
you can try.
She's able to make people deaf.
Yeah.
And her main villain would be a man who relies a lot on his hearing due to the fact that he is blind.
Foggy, yeah.
Foggy. Everyone knows Foggy. So, if you were in battle with him and you made him deaf, what's he going to do? Lick the air? He's not going to know where you are. Just fuck him up.
Ah, but you'll be stinking of sweat by then, you know.
Like, he's going to what? Like, taste it where you are?
Actually, sorry, if Daredevil's based in New York, which I imagine is one of the filthiest cities in the world.
Oh, you don't want to be tasting the air.
You don't want to be tasting the air, even smelling it.
Yeah, like, if he goes by smell or taste or touch, and you just take out his hearing, like, he uses supersonic hearing, so she should really, like, kick the shit out of him every single time.
Yeah, but she likes him, so I don't think she wants to
Step
deafen him.
1, deafen. Step 2, punch until he goes to sleep.
I'm gonna rip through a load of the abilities very quickly. So she's a master martial artist, a master assassin, because she was trained by, and remember this, she was trained by the chaste and the hand. So she has good and bad assassin skills.
Holy shit.
She has enhanced reflexes. She was shown capable of preventing Black Widow from shooting her at close range by literally slicing through the bullet.
Okay, for God's sake.
She's an Olympic level athlete and gymnast. She's a weapons master, master of stealth, expert acrobat, expert markswoman. She has full control over her nervous system, so she can deaden her body to... she can deaden her body to physical pain, control her emotions, and even control her rate of bleeding.
What? That's mental.
That in itself is a superpower, like.
She just can't feel pain, or if you slice her arm, she just stops the blood.
Just says, I'm not bleeding now. That's fine.
No! It's not happening today. You know who I would like to see? I would like to see a fight between her and Deathstroke. Like,
that would be a good fight.
I think she's Marvel's Deathstroke.
She might be, honestly, because she's literally the best assassin. Really.
Yeah.
And when you hear the Marvel 1 to rating system, the 1 to 7 rating system, there's one that's going to stand out to you. Okay. So she has a durability of 3, which is quite high for a mortal.
It's a bit harsh though. She can't feel pain and she stops herself from bleeding.
But look, she can not feel pain all she wants, but if her body gets exploded, she's gonna die.
No, I'm not bleeding.
I'm not bleeding. Energy projection of 1. And I'm going to change the order a little bit here just for effect. So she has an intelligence of 3, speed of 2, strength of 2, and fighting skills of 6.
6?
6.
If 3 is superhuman, then 6 is subgalactic?
Exactly. Like, I thought I'm going to list off just 3 or 4 people who are level 7. Okay?
Okay.
So the first one is Wolverine. The second one is Shang-Chi.
Who is... he's all about that kung fu.
He's the best fighter.
In all of Marvel.
In all of Marvel. The Phoenix Force.
The Force? The Force of 2 great movies.
Each one better than the last.
Exactly.
And then Taskmaster, whose ability is literally that he can learn any fighting style immediately.
Right, and so she's a 6.
She's a 6, so she's just below that crew.
Fucking hell. And she's just a woman. Like, she's... I meant she's just a human.
She's a human. She's a mortal.
She's immortal. If it was a dude, I would have been like, and he's just a dude.
She's just a woman.
She's just a woman.
That's staying in.
No. Out of context, that sounds way worse.
No, but we all know what you meant.
No, I'm going to get cut up and then fired.
You're 50%. You're 75% of this podcast.
Oh no, that's gonna go down with me. Oh lads, no, everybody forget I said that. Actually, no, don't, because in that context it works. But Forget the way I said it.
Do you need a minute? Do you need a minute to collect yourself?
Oh, boys, let's just not. Oh, boys. So you're saying she's just a human? 6 is pretty good. Oh,
Yeah.
boys. Moving on, Sean, quick.
So that is my report on Elektra, Master Assassin, back from the dead. No reason why she should have lost to Colin Farrell.
I'm just really thinking about. Oh no! I feel terrible. Okay.
It was funny when you said it.
It was so funny. And the minute I said I went, he's going to roast me. Do you know when something leaves your mouth and then the second it leaves you go, oh no.
Oh no, I can't do that.
I think that was a very good report, Sean. I think she probably still should have lost to Colin Farrell because, I mean, he's really good with darts. But
He's good with paper clips.
Yeah, and paper clips. But other than that, I did not know that she was that powerful.
That's why, like, she's so hard done by in even her solo movie. She's just kind of like
number one sandbag salesman. No, sales buyer.
Terrible sandbag salesperson, Connor.
They're all open. They're all everywhere.
So it defeats the purpose. But she's ridiculously powerful. She's ridiculously cool. And I hope she shows up in, like, the MCU someday. Because I think there's, even with, like, Shang-Chi and stuff, there's space for just, here's some really good fucking martial arts movies.
Yeah, and I think, actually, the lady who plays her in the Daredevil series on Netflix is really good. It's just near the end of that season that it gets a bit iffy with the hand. But up until that point, I think their dynamic is really good in that show. So if you do like what you heard here, I would recommend watching Daredevil season 1 and 2 because I think she's done well in that up until a point. Don't watch Daredevil 2003 because she's not done well in that. If you like the character,
not done well at all.
Not done well at all. What about? I've never actually seen Elektra, the movie.
Have you not?
No.
Well, she's not done well at all.
No, I was just assuming. She wasn't.
It's like, no, they got the costume was like close enough in that it was red.
That's the easiest bit to get. Just copy and paste.
Yeah, like there's literally hundreds of pictures of that costume in.
If you give any, like, outfit designer, just, like, give them a page, I want that. I'm sure in Hollywood, I'm sure there's somebody that would be able to make that for them.
I think so. Like I think in Elektra, like she does get brought back to life because if you remember in Daredevil, she gets stabbed the hell through the stomach. But what she gets in that movie is, and I've just double checked it here, she has precognition and the ability to resurrect the dead.
Does she?
In that movie, she does.
In the Daredevil movie, she has the ability to resurrect the dead.
In the Elektra movie.
Oh, sorry. But that means she also has it in the Daredevil movie.
No, that comes after.
Oh,
Elektra comes after Daredevil.
No, you're right. No, you're right. I was about to say, why doesn't she bring her dad back to life? That would solve the whole third act. But no.
Also, just while we're here, fun fact about that movie: the runtime is 97 minutes, but the director's cut is 100 minutes.
Yes, true.
3 minutes extra. But Connor, we've been going for 40 minutes. Do you want to take us out?
I will. So if you are interested in Elektra and Daredevil and all that world, we, of course, as we said at the start, did do a Patreon exclusive Lazarus Pit episode surrounding that whole Daredevil 2003 movie. The link is down below. It's patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. It's $5 or more a month and you get all of the reviews we've done, including Daredevil, Batman and Robin. We've done X-Men movies, Spider-Man movies, all that stuff. You can give $1 or $2. Give anything. It doesn't really matter. It's all very much appreciated. And so if you want to do that, you can. You can also follow us on Twitter at Heroes for Hire Pod. The 4 is the number 4. Facebook Heroes for Hire podcast. Instagram, we're at Heroes for Hire podcast. And most importantly, just tell one human being that we exist.
Just the one.
And everyone forget that I said she's just a whoop.
I can cut that out if you want, but now it's weird because now you've addressed it a couple of times in the episode.
Okay. Oh no, okay. I'm Ciara Lawler.
I'm Sean Meehan.
Okay, show up. Okay, goodbye.
Bye.